I didn't turn around and look at Claude Dunbar. Acknowledging him wasn't going to add anything positive to the situation. Artist didn't add anything positive either when she crossed her arms at me and said, But choosing Claude's side over mine was against her better nature. "Good morning, Coleridge," she said. "Hat off. Someone will be with you shortly." He made a huffing noise behind me, a noise that ceased when Artist gave him a sharp look, lowering her glasses to half-mast so he experienced the full power of that look. "Kath, hon," she said, still holding Claude with her eyes. "Come on back here and take a look at these figures for me. See if things are adding up to anything of significance." She held up the notebook with her list of measurements, emphasizing the word significance in Claude's direction. "Of course, Artist. Happy to." I scooted around to the business side of the counter and took the notebook from her. For Claude's sake, I whistled and said, "Wow." "That's what I thought, too," Artist said. She glanced over when I picked up the pencil and made a note. When she broke eye contact with him, Claude harumphed and reasserted himself.
"Until now," he said, "no, I did not know you were up to anything, but I'll hazard an informed guess. You think you're up to something secret and sneaking, and I imagine you think you're good at that kind of thing. But our fair city isn't engulfed in any major crime waves, so I'd say it's unlikely that you're really up to anything illegal, or anything that will hinder the performance of my duties. Sad to say, but there hasn't been much opportunity in the last month or so for you to dabble in detective work." Unpleasant noises threatened to erupt from his nose. Something in his long-winded and priggish speech must have struck him as funny. Either that or he had indigestion. "Miss Rutledge and Miss Buchanan," he said after recomposing himself, "here's something that might interest you. A bona fide case for you to work on that's worthy of your deductive skills."
He didn't say anything more, being the kind of irritating person who stands and looks pleased, waiting for other people to ask him what he's talking about. And I'm the kind of person who can't stand that kind of suspense and always has to ask. "Is that why you came in, Deputy Dunbar, to ask for our help with a mystery that's baffling you?" Unfortunately, I'm also the kind of person who's been failing with her latest sarcasm abatement program. You know us. We're always happy to lend a hand. Hang on a tick. I turned to a blank page in Artist's notebook and licked the end of the pencil. "Shoot, not literally, of course. But what have you got for us?"
"I meant it as a joke."
"I know, but my keen powers of observation told me that you really did think of something just then. So even if it is a joke, why don't you tell us? How can it hurt? And if our baffled bumbling gives you a few more laughs, then it'll even be good for you. It'll help loosen up your auras or chakras or something." "Do you know about auras and chakras, Kath?" Artist asked with some surprise. "No." She turned back to Claude. "She's right, though, Coleridge. Life is better with a few laughs, so lay it on us." On a personal level, Claude might be a clod, but as a policeman he was no slouch. He proved that by narrowing his eyes, in suspicion, no doubt, a good trait for someone in law enforcement.
"I do like a good laugh as much as anyone," he said after a pause. "So I'll give you a clue. Remember what I said about dabbling in detective work? That's it. That's your clue. So go ahead and knock yourselves out. But now that we've all had our fun, may I get down to the business I came in for?"
Artist slid over next to me so that we stood shoulder to shoulder. Solidarity.
"Miss Rutledge, outside the courthouse earlier this morning," he said. "Was that Hugh McPhee you were talking to?"
"Beats me. We didn't exchange names."